Hey guys, Crypto Jarhead back with proof of stablecoin again. I feel like I didn't quite make myself clear on proof of stablecoin last night. Um, had a really long day, so I do want to clear up a few things that I seem to gather from people talking in the comment section. Um, this is not a pump and dump. This is a long term, long haul kind of a deal here. Um, in fact, there is no way to pump and dump this particular website. Um, Sorry about that car going past. There's no token, so there's no token price. Okay, if someone jumps in with 25, 30 Ethereum, like a whale, jumps into this thing, and then they jump back out, that doesn't affect you or me in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that we're going to get is we're going to get dividends on his buy and we're going to get dividends on his sell. That's it. There's no token. There's no token price. There's no pump and dump. Um, I look at this one as more of a bank. Okay. So what I did is I got into proof of weak hands with all the Ethereum I had, which is what I could salvage from uh, when my Finecoin got hacked. Um, so I put about a quarter of an ETH into proof of weak hands because that's what I had left. I then took my dividends from proof of weak hands and started playing in some other games. Um, and I was able to grow those gains through 3 different pyramids. Um, Proof of weak math, uh, the proof of World Trade Franc or WTF, and I also was in the Illuminati coin because why not? I love conspiracy theories, so I was afraid that if I looked at the Illuminati coin and didn't get into it, bad things would happen to me. I'm joking on that, but you know, and all I was doing on those is I didn't make videos about those because I jumped in them early and I was looking for a particular percentage, and when I saw that, I got out. That's it. That's all there is to it. I was in those for short-term games trying to grow my Ethereum. And once I had around half of an Ethereum, I started looking for something longer term to put my coins into that wasn't just, oh, hang on, let me turn off that. There we go. Turn off that auto rotate. Um, so anyway, I was looking for something that was a little bit longer term that wasn't just proof of weak hands because I was still in it. I did sell 2.5 of my tokens because I forgot to leave some into my MetaMask to pay for gas when I'm reinvesting or withdrawing from either one of those platforms, either the stable coins or the weak hands. So yeah, I did. I had weak hands and I sold 2.5 of my 52.5 coins. Just left me with a nice even 50 coins and weak hands. And enough gas to go ahead and pay, or enough Ethereum to pay the gas to either reinvest or withdraw as I choose to. So proof of stable coins, I am really excited about it, but not as a short-term thing. I want to make this perfectly clear to you guys. You're not going to dump Ethereum in here today and pull out double or triple what you put into it tomorrow or the day after. Okay, it's not going to happen, guys. This was designed to be a slow, steady, long-term project. Slow and steady growth. When you first deposit your Ethereum, you get hit with a 33% tax. Okay, so you're only going to have 66% or 67% of whatever you threw in there. Now, when you withdraw that, you're also going to get hit with another 33% tax. So the way that works is as soon as you put your Ethereum in here, let's say you threw 1 Ethereum in here, it immediately becomes valued at 0.4444 Ethereum. Okay, the immediate value that you're going to see in the investment will be 0.6666, but keep in mind, when you go to pull it out, you're only going to be able to pull out 0.4444. So what's the benefit of this? Well, the benefit is that you get dividends based on the volume and strictly the volume. So people can pump and dump this all they want, and if you want to do that, go for it. You know, it's not going to affect what I do. This is a long-term hold for me. This is me banking away my Ethereum and just kind of letting it ride. So the way that math works out, the reason I did that with the, telling you guys that basically consider it 44% of what you put in is what you will be able to pull out when all is said and done. And that is if you do not reinvest whatsoever. As you can see, last night I had 0.28. I'm up to 0.32. What I'm doing is I apologize for the traffic going back and forth, guys. My new spot is not as quiet as my old one. So with this one, I'm reinvesting some, 25%, and I am withdrawing 75%. So, excuse me. Anyway, the way that the math works out is that you need to get 55% of your ROI to break even. Okay, so if you put in 1 Ethereum, you're going to have to get 0.55 Ethereums in dividends in order to break even when all is said and done. Obviously, once you've hit that point, if you stay in for longer, you're going to be in the green. If you sell before that point, say if you're tired of the slow, steady growth and you see a new game coming up in the next day or two that you want to jump into, then you can go ahead and sell at a loss. It's entirely your choice. If you and I are both in stablecoin, what I do will not affect your investment, and vice versa. What you do will not affect my investment. I don't see a whole lot of YouTubers making videos about stablecoins because there is no referral. There's no master nodes. There's no referral links. Nothing. It's a straight game. It's a long game. Okay, so this is what I want to do to just slow and steady grow my Ethereums. Now, at the same time, I am still in weak hands. I'll go ahead and take you into the dashboard. They did do an update, like graphics update on the main site. So it looks a little different, looks a little cleaner. If graphics are your thing, you might like it. And for a little while here, this stuff, these little pop-ups, were disabled on the main site. But as you can see here, they have fixed that. They're back up. And if you go over to the menu tab, I don't know if you guys saw, I did click a little fast. They have the backup website linked directly from their main website. So you just click on that menu and hit the backup site. If this main exchange ever goes down, it's happened before, chances are it's going to happen again. It's just the nature of websites and traffic and, honestly, people being dicks and trying to attack, do DDoS attacks and stuff like that. It's the nature of the game. It is what it is. But they have a direct link to the backup website from the POWH.io, the main page. So you can go directly to their backup from there. And that will always be up. That's connected to the Ethereum network. As long as Ethereum itself doesn't go down, that website will always be up. So with weak hands, honestly, I'm just holding them. The token price looks like it's gone down slightly, a little bit from where it was about 24 hours ago. Not a whole lot. It's 11,000 Ethereum, seems to be a pretty good resistance point, sustain point, and 14,000 seems to be the resistance point. We've knocked on that door a couple times and dropped back down to 11. So weekends is still the original game. It's still going very well. Lots of people are in it. Lots of people are doing, having fun playing the game. And it looks like my time is up, guys. So, real quick to recap, the stablecoins thing, it's not a pump and dump. You can't pump and dump it. And that's one of the things I like about it, because my week is going to be extremely busy, and next week is looking very much the same. And if you get into these pyramid games, you got to be in early, and you got to be really watching what you're doing. And you got to have a certain price point that you want to sell at, and then you should also probably have a reserve price. For example, with my WTF, the World Trade Francs, I was shooting for a sell price of 42 cents. It seemed to stagnate around 36 cents. So it was at 36 cents for like a whole day. And I've noticed with these games that shortly after the contract stagnates, there's not a whole lot of Ethereum coming in. People tend to sell. A lot of people tend to sell. And then once people start to sell, it kind of starts a little avalanche most of the times. Some of them do recover. Most of them do not. So I just decided, my reserve price on WTF was actually 34 cents. I got in at 23. So I went ahead and took that 36 cents and took off with it, It is what it is, guys. That's what these games are all about. If you're into the pyramid game, is that people are not in it for the long term. They're in it for a short time. They're looking to hit a certain price, and they're looking to get out. So keep that in mind. If you don't get in early, and by early I mean within the first, some of these within the first few minutes, but certainly within the first 10 ether in the contract, you got to be very, very careful if you're not within that first 10. It's the nature of these things. So, damn, I lost my train of thought. So the stablecoin is designed to be a long-running, very slow, sustainable growth, not this overnight explosion in a token price. I don't have time to be playing the games. I do really like my games, but I really hate the idea of my cryptocurrency just sitting anywhere. I just don't like it just sitting, because when it's sitting, it's doing nothing for me. So the stable coins is, it's not a quick thing. I'm locking up my Ethereum for the foreseeable future. But that's okay, because honestly, my money-making strategy with cryptocurrency is really quite simple. You're going to make your money on the valuation of the main coins. And by main coins, I'm talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, even Litecoin. I've heard some interesting things about Litecoin, but I'm not going to go into that. But the big name currencies that you can trade altcoins for, the valuation on that is where I'm looking to make my money. And the whole idea of Thorncoin or weak hands or stable coins or whatever I'm getting into, the whole idea of that is to multiply my chosen currency. So with Thorncoin and Chrysos and Finecoin, I was looking to multiply my Bitcoins. And with these pyramid games, I'm looking to multiply my Ethereums. I'm not saying every single one of these I get into, I'm looking to double my Ethereum, but I'm trying to get more Ethereum, especially now in a bear market, because I believe that in a bear market, the best way to make money is to simply try and accumulate more of the main currencies any way that you can, and just kind of do that until the market starts going bullish. And then just hold on to it for a little while and have a price point in mind that you'd like to sell your Ethereums or Bitcoins at. Personally, I know Ethereum was at one time valued around 1,300, and the way that cryptocurrency pricing tends to bounce back even higher after the yearly crash. I would like to hold on to Ethereum until it's $2,000. And in the meantime, I'd like to accumulate a couple of Ethereums. That would be nice. I don't see that happening when I start with 0.28, but a man can dream, right? And realistically, I think a pretty good price point to set for myself would be at the previous high, a little bit lower than that. Right around $1,200 would be a pretty decent time for me to get out of Ethereum. But that's all in the future, and I don't hold a crystal ball. It's just what I'm trying to do to make money in the bear markets while we're waiting for all of our other platforms. Because I haven't forgotten about Thorn, I haven't forgotten about Finecoin, I haven't forgotten about Cresos. There's just on all of those platforms, there's not a whole lot going on. I believe Thorn is waiting another month to start their advertising campaigns. I know that they have applied for external exchanges. I haven't heard that they got approved. So there's it's not that I've forgotten about them. There's really not a whole lot to report on these platforms. I'm still getting my daily interest in the form of Thorn, from Thorn, and my Finecoin, my little moonshots that I'm throwing out there, my Hail Marys, still haven't sold, which I wasn't really expecting them to. Damn it, kid. Anyway, that's it. That's all I've got to say. The stable coins things, I wanted to bring that to your guys' attention. If, like me, you were kind of looking for a place to park your Ethereum and earn some dividends in the meantime, and if you don't like it, then hey, stick out of it. It's a long-term thing. It's not. It's definitely not an overnight flip. It's not within an hour flip. It's nothing like that. It's just a slow, steady dividends. All it needs is volume. That's it. Price doesn't matter because there is no token, which I like about it because I can kind of just throw my Ethereum in it and kind of forget about it and just check up on it every day or every other day or every week. Why not? So that's all I've got for today. I'll see you guys next time. Happy hunting, wolves.